Hello, I'm Dr. Anthony Thompson, and in today's episode, we'll be taking a look at the 8 different kinds of dating profile photographs and exploring what they mean from a psychological perspective. So why bother studying dating profile pictures, and what does that tell us about someone's psychology? Well, if we think about the traditional modes of dating, we would actually have ample opportunity to work out whether someone might be a suitable partner or not. For example, we'd often have a conversation, whether at a restaurant or at a bar, where we talk about things like our hobbies, our interests, maybe even our political beliefs, and we could start to slowly unpick whether the person we're speaking to is a potential match for us. However, in the increasingly digital world of dating, all of these conversations have pretty much been eliminated in favour for visual-based dating approaches. So if we think about something like Tinder, for example, we in essence have to distill everything that we are down to almost a single image. Now the challenge in doing this is that we have to distill quite a lot of information into a single snapshot. And the way in which people choose to construct their photographs and images can tell us a lot about what they're hoping to get out of the dating application itself, and also what they're expecting of their partners. So the study that we'll be looking at today is this one from 2021. In this study, the authors looked at 542 different profile pictures from the dating application Tinder. And the aim of the study was to look for commonalities, themes and patterns in the way in which people constructed their profile photographs, to try and identify what are the different types of potential dating profile photographs. And through this process, the authors identified that there are 8 different types of dating profiles that you're likely to encounter on applications such as Tinder. So the 8 different types of dating profile photographs that you're likely to encounter are the selfie, the informative, the snapshot, incognito, sociability and enjoyment, the professional photo shoot, suspending the subject, and challenging the logic. So first up we have the selfie type. So the selfie type is characterized by self-control and limits. Now because a selfie is a photograph that's taken by the person themselves, it means that they have full control over the composition of the image. So they can control the angle in which the photograph is taken, the pose in which it's taken, and things such as the lighting in the wider context. And this allows them to accentuate and highlight the parts of themselves that they want the viewers to pay attention to, and to hide and reduce those aspects of themselves that they don't want the viewer to pay attention to. There are also advantages in relation to social comfort. So we can imagine how socially awkward it might feel to ask a friend or a family member to take a photograph of us for our dating profile pictures, where we're posing and we're trying to look the most attractive that we've ever looked to attract a potential partner. Now that could be quite awkward, and we all know how asking friends to take profile pictures turns out. So the second type of profile picture that you're likely to encounter is the informative type, which gives much more contextual information about the person's lifestyle, hobbies and interests. Within these photographs, there's often some background contextual clue as to what the person enjoys within their lifestyle. So the person will be in the photograph themselves, and behind them some contextual clues around what it is they enjoy and what they like to do. So this could be something from playing sports, so it could be a photograph taken in a sports venue, through to eating at a restaurant, through to at a coffee shop. Even though the photograph will centre on the subject, through its composition and the use of background context, the setting of the photograph can also convey more information about someone's hobbies, interests, specific skills or capabilities, and therefore give wider hints about that person's lifestyle. It can help to give a much more contextualized view about what this person is all about and what they might potentially be looking for in their partners. So the next type of image is the snapshot. So snapshots are pictures where they seem to be taken without the photographed person actually being aware of it. So the person is presented in a more natural situation, or they might be engaged in some form of activity, like giving a speech or walking down the street with some shopping. The images in these photographs are very naturalistic, so the person isn't intentionally posing for the photograph, and they've simply been captured exactly as they are in their real lives. By their very nature, snapshots are captured by other people, and this gives an element of authenticity to the photographs, because we know as the viewer that these haven't been staged and that they represent more of a naturalistic behaviour of the person. This places the snapshot in direct contrast to something like the selfie, where we get a much more authentic view of what the person is like. Next we have sociability and enjoyment. These types of photographs tend to show one central person in a surrounding with other subjects, usually in a group situation or a social context, for example in a nightclub or some form of party. Often these images are arranged in context of food and drinks, costumes, or ceremonies like weddings. Whilst there are some similarities to the informational type in that we could potentially glean some information about a person's lifestyle, the main difference with this type of photograph is the emphasis on sociality. So these types of photographs indicate social competence, a lack of loneliness, and present the person as being entertaining and as a person who is worth being around. These types of images present the person as being very sociable and as part of a wider social network and group, and is very capable in social contexts. So these types of individuals are likely to present themselves and are looking for individuals who match them in terms of their sociability. The next type of profile photos that you might encounter are the professional photo shoots. These are pictures that seem to be taken by a professional photographer, meaning that there's a clearly arranged set, lighting, and a high quality image at the end of it. The person here is often posing for the picture in a specific way for a specific purpose, so for example, for a CV or resume photo. These types of photographs stand in stark contrast to the snapshot and sociability-based images, in that the photographer is someone who has been paid to take the picture and is usually not known by the person being photographed. Therefore, the photograph loses its sense of social bond and intimacy. Instead, the purpose of these types of photographs is to focus on a specific look or feature, and then use the photographer's general artistic style to really emphasize those assets within the individual being photographed to a high quality and professional level. This can help to definitely communicate the features that the individual wants to display to others. It can also run counterintuitive to the vast majority of dating profile pictures, which tend to not involve such a significant investment in the development and production of the photograph itself. The next photograph type is the incognito, which is characterized by hide and seek. This type of photograph shows a person who is hiding or not showing their face in the photo, obscuring it either with an object like a hat or the phone that they're taking the picture with, or by showing themselves from behind. The person may also be quite far away in the photograph, making their face and other features unrecognizable. Particularly in photographs of women, the use of hair to cover the face also was quite a common feature. Often, these photos tried to relocate the focus from the person's face, or the whole person, to specific body parts, such as the eyes, or the lips, or the mouth. Being incognito also helps to protect the identity of the individual on several levels. Firstly, it helps to soften the blow of potential rejection, because the person can simply think that actually they didn't reject me because they didn't see my full face. The second reason why an incognito photograph might be used is to counter the perception that the person is freely available. By presenting themselves in an obscured manner, it puts an artificial hurdle of exclusivity towards the person who is rating the photographs. So the person has to dare to like and invest in the photograph to reveal a little bit more about the person's identity through future conversations. So this plays with an element of mystique and gives the person an element of control in taking responsibility for how much the other viewer can see and forcing them to invest substantially more into the potential relationship by encouraging them to try for further information. The next type of photograph is called suspending the subject, and this takes incognito to the extreme. So unlike incognito, people in these types of photographs aren't even present. Instead, these pictures will often show something else that's unrelated to the person in which the dating profile belongs. So this could be a picture of a fictitious character from a TV show or comic book or film, through to more inanimate objects, such as pictures of tables, furniture. These types of photographs create an even stronger sense of hiding and curiosity, and there are no hints as to what the subject looks like, what their body type is, what their features are, or any form of interpretation about who they might be at a physical level. Sometimes these images can be uploaded to challenge the norms of dating applications, so to intentionally make a statement about what the application is like. Much like the incognito, once again, the onus is really on the person viewing the image to fully invest if they want to find out more about this person, because there are no real or contextual clues as to what they might be like. So once again, it's that element of mystique and that gamble that the person will have to take if they want to get to know who owns this profile. Finally, we have the challenging the logic type of photograph. Within these photographs, the person is trying to create a sense of irony and distance themselves from typical socially accepted behaviours, norms, and roles. In these types of pictures, the individual might be performing some form of task or activity, but not done so in a way that would address the stereotypical presumptions about things such as gender roles or parental roles. These types of images directly refer to social expectations, revealing either personal information about themselves, so for example, maybe having children, but then taking a personal stand in the form of distancing themselves from the norms and gender roles by using irony and exaggeration. These types of images encourage the viewers to think about and reflect on a specific lifestyle that the person might have, and through the use of things such as humour, form a communicative relationship and encourage more open conversations between what the expectations of society are and what that person's lifestyle actually is. So there you have it, the 8 different types of dating profile photos that you're likely to encounter on digital dating apps. What kind of photos do you take and use on digital dating apps? Comment below. And remember to like and subscribe if you'd like more content like this.